Hi everyone, it's Jeff Fitzpatrick and it is Tuesday the 25th of June. So I was traveling yesterday, didn't get the chance to do the blog, and neither did I get the chance to do all the research necessary. So this is a bit of a special edition. However, I have got some stocks that you might care to look at and to do some more work on. However, in this edition, I'm also going to look at the Magnificent Seven. I'll explain more about that when we get to it. So, this week, I've only really got as far as stage one, updating the long list that I used to reduce the stocks from 7,000 or so available to around 150. I think it was actually 159 this week. I've then asked Owen to get involved on Sunday night and to go through those stocks in the brilliant way that he does. Unfortunately, that has resulted in around 40 different stocks being identified. And especially with traveling, there simply isn't the time to do all of the deep analysis on those that I would like to do. But I will improve on that next weekend, I assure you. So what I actually did was went through the stocks identified, first of all in my long list, and secondly by Owen, and then I pulled out those which are also on the 4x4 list. So we know that these have been fantastic stocks, and most of them I actually recognize now as being very good at present. But please do your due diligence on them. Don't just run away with these. Now, this is different. So we've just come back from the Sofitel training in London. It was absolutely fantastic. There's some really good stuff, some really fantastic people there, some very bright young student types. But in a conversation with Andrew Morgan, we were speculating about the S&P 500 compared to the stocks that we're following. And quite often we see that the S&P 500 is moving ahead more quickly than some of those stocks. In fact, in a lot of those stocks. And we were speculating how this might be affected by the Magnificent Seven. Now, the Magnificent Seven are the stocks that have got by far the biggest market capitalization in the S&P 500. By market capitalization, we mean the price of the share multiplied by the number of the shares. That gives us the market capitalization. You can see in the top one here, the APLD, which is not Apple, has got a market capitalization of 883.85 million. So that's not the biggest. If you go down, obviously, you get people like Nvidia and Tesla. Tesla, 582.28 billion. So capitalization is a different issue to improvement in the share price. And what we were talking about were which stocks are moving ahead most quickly in terms of the share price. And you would think that that would be the Magnificent Seven: Apple, Google, Amazon, Tesla, Nvidia, Meta, for example. And it's not. So APLD has currently got a stock price of $6.08, having moved up 7,462%. And if we look at something like Tesla, poor old thing has only moved up 1,124%. So in terms of price movements, the Magnificent Seven are not having an undue effect on the S&P 500. That's really interesting stuff. So when we're doing the comparison with the S&P 500, then it is fair just to take it unadulterated, the S&P 500 as it actually stands. Just to look down, I mean, so Nvidia does come in at number 4 because it has had a huge increase in price. I think it might have just fallen again now a little bit, but even so, it's at the top of the tree there. And we've also got Tesla just in the top 20 at number 19, and you got to go down to the next 30 or so to find the others. So really interesting that these huge, magnificent seven are not having the largest percentage price increases. There we go, really interesting stuff. And here is the dashboard. Not a great deal of movement on it this week, as I said, I've been getting ready to go away and train and then away training, but lots more ideas coming on it. And just a note, so if you're watching this and you're not already in one of our investment clubs, then really you should consider it. The members each contribute no less than £100 per month. Some put in more than that, some put in a huge amount more than that. But that's all you need to put in to get involved. And someone putting in £100 a month compared to somebody putting 100,000 or even a million in get the same percentage returns. You can find out more information at myinvestmentclub.co.uk. Already, I'm looking at the next training event, probably to be held at the Sofitel, Terminal 5 Heathrow, although the venue isn't confirmed yet. And it will be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 15th, 16th, and 17th of November. Again, the Friday evening, just 5 till 9, while the market's open. Saturday, all day, Sunday, all day. And I can tell you, every single person that attended this event were hugely satisfied that they got more than value for money. They actually learned usable stuff that they could take away. So a great time was had by all. It's also a very good social event too. And my book, it is still selling and selling well, still available at Amazon and Audible and 50 other publishing sites. So you can get the paperback version or you can listen to it. Either way, it's good. In fact, I'm finding that some people like to have both. They like to read as they listen to it. That could be good fun too. So next week, we'll look further into the research. We should have a lot more data available, and we are working on every stock that all of the clubs have, at least all the clubs that I'm involved have, to look at the quality of those stocks. So as well as using the research and the dashboard to find new stocks, we're now looking to use it to sort the wheat from the chaff in terms of the stock that we already have. So I look forward to that and to talking to you next week. Many thanks.